What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Kid Taj, and today it's a long anticipated video. I've had this idea written down for a very long time, and I decided today was the day to drop this. Just how good is Karl-Anthony Towns? So yes, I've already done a couple of these. I actually did Giannis, Devin Booker, D'Angelo Russell, and now this is the fourth. I think the fourth. If I'm missing one, then let me know, because I'm pretty sure I only did four. Or this is, the fourth one. Karl-Anthony Towns, the 2016 Rookie of the Year, the first pick in the 2015 NBA Draft. Yes, the NBA Draft from 2015 is like a gold mine. I mean, it's unbelievably loaded. We're going to look back in 10, 15, 20 years at all the talent that came out of this draft class. It's unreal. I mean, I have made a video about 10 future stars from the 2015 NBA Draft. A lot of that's just speculation, but there are a good number, maybe 5 or 6 or 7 guys on that list that are surefire stars in the NBA, even MVP candidates down the line, and that's, what I'm getting to with this guy. Karl-Anthony Towns is more promising than anyone I've ever done a video on, this kind of video, which it's not that many people, but there aren't a lot of guys in the NBA with more promise than Karl-Anthony Towns. Picked first out of Kentucky, and this guy has yet to disappoint us. I mean, he had a stellar rookie campaign. He put up numbers such as 18 points, 10.5 rebounds, nearly 2 blocks. He shot like 54% from the field, I think 34 from the three-point line. He was on fire in his rookie year. Once Thibodeau gets settled in and he starts playing real starters minutes, and he starts defending at that super high level that he can under Tom Thibodeau's system there in Minnesota, he's only going to get better, and they're going to go to him every time, and he's the focus, he's the face of the franchise, and he's going to be that for years to come. Honestly, it's hard to even explain how much promise this guy has, how much potential Karl-Anthony Towns is withholding. Because think about it, 1 season in the NBA, and he's already proving people. I mean, guys, there was a GM survey. It came out. I think it came out today. The GM survey. They interviewed GMs across the league, around the league, and just ask questions about who's the best at this, who's the best at that. One of the questions was, if you had to start from scratch, who is the guy that you would pick to start a team right now? I'm pretty sure that was it. And while LeBron was an option and KD was an option, the vast majority, I think 68% of people said Karl-Anthony Towns. These are GMs. These are no casual NBA fans. I mean, I don't think they would say that, but these are general managers in the National Basketball Association. Their job is to create teams that win championships. So from teams that win championships, that's just how you know that they have a good one in Karl-Anthony Towns. So good, in fact, that in my 10 future stars from the 2015 NBA Draft, again, if you haven't watched that, go check that out. I think, again, one of my more well done videos that I've done, I said that Karl-Anthony Towns would not only put up averages someday in his prime of 27 points, 13 rebounds, and 2 blocks, but I also said that Karl-Anthony Towns is a future league MVP and likely gonna end up with multiple NBA championship rings. I mean, just think about it. Think about all of the talent, the stockpiling that the Minnesota Timberwolves have been doing over the last couple years. Ever since they got rid of Kevin Love, that might have been the best thing that ever happened to them. They get the pick for Andrew Wiggins, and then they win the lottery. They get this guy, Karl-Anthony Towns. Not only do you have that, but they also get Chris Dunn. People are saying, the GM said that he was going to be easily the Rookie of the Year. That's what, he had more people voted for him by far than anyone else. Chris Dunn, imagine that. 3 straight Rookie of the Years. Andrew Wiggins, Karl-Anthony Towns, Chris Dunn, and then you got a very good shooting guard, up-and-coming shooting guard, most athletic players that we've seen in a long time, Zach LaVine, and Gorgie Dang can fill that center power forward role, or maybe, you find a free agent, a big name free agent, big man that wants to play alongside Karl-Anthony Towns. Who wouldn't? Honestly, Blake Griffin's going to be a free agent next year. What if he comes on over and joins Cat with the Timberwolves? That team man, these guys can really accomplish something. So I went over, prime stats. Yes, I think he's going to be so dominant. I think he's going to be the LeBron of the league. I mentioned it in the Porzingis video that Kristaps Porzingis isn't going to be the best player in the league, I don't think, ever. I don't think there's going to be a point where he's the best player in the league. I mean, he's going to be top tier. He's going to be all-star, multiple-time all-star, and likely Hall of Famer, I think. But Karl-Anthony Towns is going to be the best player in the league for a long time, I think. I think he's going to be like that LeBron guy. Him and Anthony Davis are just going to be the best players in the league at some point. If Davis can stay healthy, then I think that's a pretty nice assessment. Along with, let's see, think about it. In about 5 years, 6 years, 7 years down the line, the best players in the league should be Karl-Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, and then, maybe another one of these young guys. How about Devin Booker? Yeah, that's a great... I think those guys can take over the league, but I think the best player in the league is going to be Karl-Anthony Towns, him and Devin Booker. Yes, I just mentioned Devin Booker, that guy. Oh my God, I think he's going to be unbelievable. I think he's going to be just one of the greatest players we've ever seen, honestly. That's bold for me to say that, but, just watching him, the maturity at age 19 is scary. You don't see guys that smart. He's smarter than most players in the NBA. He's got better basketball IQ than most players in the NBA, and he's 19 years old. That's insane. But back to Karl-Anthony Towns. This video is not about Devin Booker. We're going to talk about his possibility of getting into the Hall of Fame. And Karl-Anthony Towns has not really faced any injury issues yet in his rookie season. That's always good news. Big men, are usually more susceptible to injuries in general than guards. At least it's harder for them to recover, easier for it to reoccur with those guys. So you really don't want early on to be having injury problems with a guy like Cat. So Cat, no injury problems so far. It looks really crystal clear. But the future could not be brighter. Honestly, you just look at his rookie season, the promise that he showed. You look at his teammates, the squad they're building around him, how he's growing. He's coming back into the preseason this year and into the regular season, with higher expectations than ever. Higher expectations for a second-year player than we've seen in a very long time. So, guys, out of all, I'm like, this guy is the real deal, I think. I don't see a downfall. He's so mature. That's why him and Devin Booker are just they just stick out to me. Not only because they're so good at mostly everything. They're both all-around players that do what they do so well, and they're like new era players. Not just that, but the fact that they're young. These guys came out of Kentucky, rookies last year, young guys, and they act like veterans. They talk like veterans. They play like veterans. But it's crazy. It's unbelievable. I honestly, that's just not something that you got to be scared of this team. People are going to be bandwagoning the shit out of this team in a couple years. And you should actually, if you want to not be a bandwagon, you should just hop on the bandwagon right now. You should do it. If you're a bandwagon fan, do what's best for you. Get on the bandwagon early, and then you can say that you were here first in 2016, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. There isn't that much to say about a guy like Karl-Anthony Towns. He's got everything. He's got the jump shooting. He can space the floor. He can defend almost every position. That's the new era big man, and he's filling out exactly, what that is. He can shoot the ball and defend. Versatile. He's athletic. He's got good post moves. He's a rebounder, shot blocker. What does this guy not have? Honestly. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I can't stress enough how much potential and promise this guy has. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please leave a like down below. Hit up my Twitter. It's in the description. It was in the video probably. And leave a comment, a suggestion, what kind of videos you want to see from me. Another player I could do a just how good on. I already got a bunch of suggestions, but I'd always welcome more. And subscribe. Yeah, that's going to be all. This has been Kid Taj. I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.